Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome back. It's Tiff with Voices for Independence Fitness and Activities here on Wednesday, February 17th. I hope everybody is having a wonderful morning. I'm grateful the sun is out here in Erie, Pennsylvania. We have been having snow and really cold temperatures the last couple of days. Although it's still really cold out today, at least the sun is peeking through, and it definitely makes a difference for me at least. So this morning though, I'm going to share a great and easy, simple recipe with you. We're going to be making some oil-free granola. So this is a great recipe. Granola can be a great source of nutrients to start your day or an energy booster as a snack during the day, but you have to be careful. A lot of granolas out there will start adding sugars and other ingredients that end up making your granola not as healthy as it can be. So this is a good recipe. Granola is really simple to make at home. You can add in lots of different healthy, nutritious ingredients to keep it wholesome and nutritious, and you can cut a lot of the sugar and additives out if you just make granola at home by yourself. So obviously the base of granola is oatmeal, and oatmeal has tremendous nutritional value for you. Not only is it filled with antioxidants and soluble fiber, but it's a great energy booster and it keeps you full as well. So to get started, what you're going to need is your bowl, and this is a very simple recipe. This is just a maple pecan granola, and I'm sorry if you're getting a glare off my glasses here. And for this, we just have our old-fashioned oats. I like to use old-fashioned oats, they're less processed, but if you only have quick oats at home, that is fine as well. You're going to need your pecans. Nuts are a great source of protein. A little bit of maple. This is our sweeteners, an all-natural sweetener, so we're not getting any of that processed refined sugars. I use a pure maple syrup, although it costs a little more. It's definitely worth its value. A little bit of cinnamon, which is also a great ingredient. Cinnamon is an anti-inflammatory, and a little bit of vanilla, pure vanilla extract, or I just have an imitation vanilla today. So you'll want to preheat your oven to 350. Again, this is a simple recipe to mix up. The only thing, it takes a little bit of time. You're going to want to bake this in a 300-degree oven for about 20 minutes. Now, when it's done baking, you're going to take it out and you're going to let it sit for 10. Although it may seem a bit soft in the beginning, it will definitely crunch up as it cools and dries. So what we're going to do is just mix everything in our one bowl, which I love. The one bowl recipes, less to clean. So it's 1.5 cups of your oats. Now, if you make this and then you really enjoy the recipe, it's super easy to double and triple this recipe. Granola is a great snack to keep on hand, and you can keep it up for at least a week if you keep it in an airtight container and just store it on your countertop. It does not need refrigerated. It could absorb more moisture in the refrigerator and get soft. So we need that 1.5 cup of our old-fashioned oats. And then we're just going to add a 1/4 cup of our pecan pieces. I just had some pecans that I got at the grocery store, and I just smashed them right in the bag for easy use while baking. So I'm just going to add a 1/4 cup of pecans. If you don't like pecans, then you can use another nut that you really do enjoy. You could use almonds, walnuts, pistachios even, to add a little bit different taste. All right, so a 1/4 cup of our pecan pieces is going to go right in here. And then it's also a 1/4 cup of our pure maple syrup for our sweetener. And we're going to add that right to the bowl as well. And then we're just going to add a teaspoon of our vanilla extract and a little dash of cinnamon, about a 1/2 teaspoon. So again, remember when we're measuring our vanilla, a simple tip is that the lid of majority of vanillas are a 1 teaspoon measuring. So it's a super easy and quick technique and trick there. And then we're just going to get a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. If you like it, if you really enjoy cinnamon and you'd like it a little bit more tasty, you can add a little bit more. But remember, cinnamon is a pretty strong flavor and it doesn't absorb into things. So less is more sometimes. If you really enjoy it, it's not going to hurt you, and it won't hurt the integrity of your recipe either. So that's it. We just have the oats, the maple, the little bit of pecan, the vanilla, and the cinnamon, and we're just going to stir that together. And then you'll want to have a baking sheet prepared. You can lightly grease your baking sheet. You really don't need to, especially if you want this to remain oil-free. By doing that to your baking sheet, it will just cause a more liquid into the recipe, and it will cause you to have to bake it a little bit longer because you're really trying to bake the oats and dry them out so we can have a crunchy granola in the end. So make sure you mix all your ingredients well, coating all the oats in the maple and the cinnamon, and mixing those pecans throughout your recipe. Now for mine, you can use parchment paper. It definitely makes easier cleanup. It makes easier transfer of your granola too, because when you're done, you can just fold up your parchment paper and pour your granola into your storage container. I have a silicone mat I'm using, which is a non-stick mat, which is also a great product to have in your kitchen, just because being non-stick and you're trying to keep oil-free, or you don't want that added saturated fats in your diet, you can just use the non-stick mat and you won't have to prep your baking dish. So we're just going to pour the granola right onto the pan. And then make sure you spread it out into the thin layer. You don't want to just leave it in a big heaping pile like this on your tray. It definitely won't bake well, and you'll definitely turn out to have a little bit soggy granola. So spread that out as evenly as possible and as a thin layer as possible. Again, we're just making granola. We're not making granola bars, so we do not have to pack this down at all, because this is just going to be a snack that we can just grab a handful of and eat, or you can sprinkle it over some yogurt or in your cereal or something else that you'd like to add granola to. And that's all there is to it, to make your delicious maple pecan oil-free granola right at home. So again, I'm going to pop this in the oven at 300 degrees for 20 minutes. When it's done, let it sit and cool for at least 10 minutes. That way it will have a chance to get a little bit crunchy, and that's the best way to have your granola. So I hope you enjoyed this recipe. I'll share that in the comments below so you have it and can make it at home on your own as well. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow morning with some more wonderful recipes. Thanks, guys.